Hey guys, I'm Invincible Jr. here, aka Mustached Tom, and I'm here to take a pre-look at Invincible Season 2. This is not a full season review, keeping that in mind, as of currently, as of this recording, there are only 3 episodes out of Season 2, so again, just keep that in mind with all of what I'm about to address here in this, sort of pre-review of what I've seen at least thus far. But if you don't recall, I already gave my review for Season 1, and I already gave it a pretty middling review for Season 1. And after looking at the 3 episodes of Invincible Season 2, I'm really wondering what people found good about the comic book at this point, because my goodness, is Season 2 just awful. Just from the 3 episodes I have seen. So, I'm genuinely curious what people found good about the comic book at this point of Invincible. I've never read it. I don't know, there has to be something, right? Because from what I've seen of Season 2, there's just so much already nonsense going on, and I'm kind of baffled that I haven't heard anything, or at least I haven't seen any videos of it yet. I mean, maybe people are waiting to see, much like myself, but I'd rather take the leap and just say, God damn it, it's a shit show. Come on. Okay, look. And maybe, I'll say it, I think there is a different bias / envy at play here with this particular type of story, considering that I wrote Syndicate X, which is a group of superheroes, or quote-unquote superheroes anyway. And, how that's going, that didn't work out too well in terms of a graphic or book in general, novel. But, my god, I feel like for as many flaws as I'm able to pick out in my own book, which grammatical issues were a thing, and stuff of that nature, and maybe the plotting could have used a little bit of more, building, within each, little sector of the plot, from moving from one thing to another, but my god, it feels like, am I just a better writer than, the person who wrote Invincible at this point? I feel, almost also embarrassed that this is making money, if it is. My god, geez, the lack of work or the lack of plotting in this is just absolutely ridiculous. Just to throw it out there, in Season 3, we're already dealing with multiverse, which, fuck me, we're doing this again. In Season 2 of Invincible, by the way, usually it takes, it took Marvel years to deteriorate. This is Season 2. This is not even that far off from Season 1. And it already feels like the deterioration is just oh, we're just gonna skip towards it. Or we're just gonna hope that you accept all of this multiverse stuff. And it's oh, okay, so. And, they tried to play off the premise of, in every other universe, or multiverse, I guess, is the case here, is that, according to the plot, or the characters, is that Mark joins his father, Omni-Man, in his destruction of the other multiverses, or whatever. But he says most, so that's already not implicable of all, which is already an yikes statement, because when you have multiverse, now you're dealing with less stakes, and you're only on Season 2. Why are you jumping this far ahead and breaking, fundamentally just shoving everything away? Now, I will give Invincible the credit within season 2 that it does deserve. I do think that out of all of the characters, there's one that has been consistently well written, and that's Mark's mother. I think that she's the best character in Invincible, and I feel maybe it's through a sympathetic lens of someone who has been through the ringer of having her husband be this maniac, essentially. But I feel like her story is just really heart-wrenching when you see her even like try to reach out to these other people in the episode I just watched, and then like she's reaching out to other people who lost their significant others who are superheroes, and then she like reveals to at least one of them that like hers was Omni-Man, and that's like, you know, this guy like completely just turns on her. It's like fuck that guy. It's like this whole thing was like meant to help with the grieving, and it's like, yeah, you can't put that on her. It's not like, again, it just seems like the world is so unfair to this character who's completely and utterly normal in this like other nonsensical stuff. And you know, I won't try to spoil too much of what happens at the end of episode 3, but I feel like, again, we're dealing with a lot of things at facets at once, and it feels like they're trying to even reset some of the character arcs that they already finished, like that robot guy, I already forget his name, and the girl, those two. Like their arcs in season 1 were complete, and it feels like we're like trying to, like they're trying to be like, no, they still have stuff to go through, trust us. That definitely feels like what they're doing. And in terms of the whole relationship stuff, yeah, there's definitely a few more bizarre choices in there. Like, I'm still puzzled as to why Mark is still with Amber, even at the onset of season 1. I don't think that's a spoiler by any means, but anyways, sorry for the little cut there. But as I was saying, like, there's just so many different facets of this whole Invincible thing. Like, I think it was episode 2 where they just have this complete like side thing of like, oh, now Mark has to go to like the underwater place for, you know, the Triton people or whatever they're called in this world, and then like he goes there to like, at least from what he understands, like marry this girl for like diplomatic like for a diplomatic wedding, essentially, which is like a thing that used to happen in historical times. And then they actually like have the character say like, oh, we're not barbaric, and then be like, oh, but we're gonna make you fight a thing. It's like, so you actually turn to more barbaric means? Like, what logic is this? It's like, what? It's like they went further backwards in time. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so it's not looking good in terms, I don't know, like, I would have hoped for things to be on the slow uptick, and like they had this whole thing for this other alien guy that like visited Mark in season 1. I don't remember his name either. I think it's Alan or something or other. Like, he gets his stomach like punched out by like a Vultramite, and he lives somehow. Also, while getting his arm chopped off, as well as getting his eye like nearly like torn out of his socket completely, his singular eye. And he survives this somehow. I guess. I mean, I guess technically speaking, I don't know what that alien, you know, automata looks like, but it, like, I don't know, like, yeah, I suppose he wasn't ripped to absolute shreds, I guess. But then he ends up dead anyway. Like, what am I saying? He ends up being killed anyway, unless that was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like, I thought there was going to be, like, more stuff between him and Invincible, but it's like, oh, he's already gone now? Okay, we're ending that plot line, I guess. Or that potential plot line. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing in season 2? Right? I don't know. It's like, it's so frustrating. To just see this fall apart so quickly, and yeah, so far this is like a 2 out of 10, and or maybe a 3 out of 10 for like the one character that is amazing. And like, yeah, I know I do put animation stuff in there as part of that, but I don't usually talk about that, that tricky stuff. But like, come on, this. I feel like fans of Invincible ought to have better. I mean, again, maybe the comic book is just shit, and maybe people were just typing it up to me. I don't know. It could be that. I don't know. So that's my review of Invincible, or early review, I suppose. But I'll continue to check it out, only out of curiosity to see like how much more they're gonna like fuck with, I guess, with this whole multiverse nonsense and the spoiler thing that I won't mention in this review. But yeah, it's not looking great. So that's my early thoughts on the show, I guess, on season 2. And then if you end up enjoying this, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure to check out those links in the description. One will head you over to my petition to help out smaller YouTubers. So get a third to my Patreon and PayPal, where you can help support me and my channel directly. And fourth, to my Discord server, you can join, collab, and chill, and do all that cool stuff. And until next time, everybody, bye-bye.